Hello everyone, today I will be doing another bot update. It has been a while since the last bot update because I have been very busy. However, in the meantime, I have gotten a lot done with the bots, and it is very satisfying. So first, I improved the head movement, so it's now more realistic. So you'll see it's fairly realistic. It moves quick, but it's been worse. I'll go over here now. The next thing I've improved with the bots is jumping over voids, the distant pathfinding. I had to improve two things. First, I improved how far it could jump, and second, I improved how far it thought it could jump in the Pathfinder. To make it so it jumped far enough, so it could jump far enough, I needed to do a few things. First, instead of determining a minimum distance from the block to jump, I needed to make it determine how close or how far off the block it had to be to jump. So in the end, it ended up being, if currently it's on the block, but next tick it will be falling if it doesn't jump now, jump. That's the new logic. It works very good, and it can jump this distance, though on certain distances like this one, it sometimes falls. So now I'm going to show you how it looks. To maximize how far it could jump, I made it so when the distance is far and the block far away is shifted to the side, the bot also shifted itself to the side to compensate. Unfortunately, I needed to artificially increase how high and fast it jumped, because if I didn't do that, it couldn't make these jumps. These jumps are very difficult for a player to do. At least some of them are very difficult for a real player to do it. So if it's real difficult for a player to do it, how can the bot do it? And it's as little inflation as I possibly could. And it made it. Now over here, this right here and this one right here are pretty difficult. So you can see it's jumping a little high, but that's the minimum, absolute minimum it requires to get that far. I spent a lot of time ensuring that it wasn't jumping higher than it needed to. And as expected, it fell there, but this ladder is here for a reason. Okay, due to the difficulty, I will add that block. And now it shouldn't have any problem here, and it will skip blocks because of how far it can jump. I chose not to. I did in the code, I made it so if it's a certain distance, which this is beyond that distance, it will increase the cost of it by 1.8 times. That made it so this path was cheaper than this path, even though this path is quicker. So that's it mostly for the distant jumping. Next, I will go over ladders. You've already seen them in use. The new code ensures that it will stay centered in there, but it will not be moving while doing so. The old code made it so it moved back and forth very, very quickly, about 20 times per second. Which you couldn't really tell that, but it didn't look good. Check out its smart way of getting to there. So it always chooses the this way, even though it has to do all of this parkour. So now I can make it go up. And as you can see, it's centered and it's close to the ladder, and it's not sprinting at all. I will show you right now a before and after this change. So next, I implemented diagonal pathfinding. Diagonal pathfinding was a challenge because it thinks if you just check from to the 2, if you only check if they are possible points, it will think it can go through there. But in fact, these 2 blocks are in the way. So I needed to save when it does the 4 directions like this. I needed to save when it was what ways were possible and do some extra checks to ensure that it could get through there. Here is my test setup. I ensured it could get through these fence, could not get through these walls. I called them thick posts. Fortunately, it can't go through here, unfortunately, because when they are shaped like this with or on certain versions of Minecraft, it will spawn in an X formation. On other versions of Minecraft, it will connect to it'll look like that, and it can't walk through there when they're like that. I had to make sure it couldn't go through there, could go through there, because the difference is that this one, they're connected to the sides, but on this one it's connected to 3 of the sides, preventing it from getting through. I also need to make sure it could fit through a thick post and a thin post. Could fit through here. Again, on the other version of Minecraft, it was a star or cross where it had to fit close to that. I had to ensure it could fit through there. I needed to make sure it could not fit through there. Could not fit through there because these 2 are thick. So now I will show you the bot working. So if I tell it to go all the way over here, it knows it can go through there. It also knows it can't go through here. Except for a long, crazy path that probably involves going up here and parkouring over there. No, I don't want you to do that, because then it'll get stuck. So it can't go through here because on other versions of Minecraft it doesn't work. But again, it goes the long way. I had to ensure it couldn't go through here. I don't know if I got it working yet though. Okay, I didn't get that working yet. I had to ensure it could get through here. I had to ensure it could get through here. And here. But not here. Except for by that alternative route, which I don't want to take. So, this works well. First of all, I was able to remove path smoothing, because before it would go diagonally like this. And that needed to be smooth because it doesn't look good to go like this. Now it goes like this, a perfect straight line. you could see without any path smoothing, which was probably covered in a previous video, it goes diagonally very well. It's not perfect, but it works very well. And another thing is that this path, which was previously impossible, is now possible. It does have a bit of trouble there though, but it can get through, and that's the important part. And most importantly, for prison version 2, which is where all the guards will be, there are a lot of paths that look a little like this, just with less fence, just the minimum amount of fence required. And it requires diagonal pathfinding and not getting stuck in the ladder. So this was a particularly challenging thing to work on. But it works most of the time. And it can get out. The last improvement I made was efficiency. I made it so the search time for a node is now 3 log n rather than n, which drastically reduces the time it takes to search for a node that is far away. So as you can see, this was a very beneficial update. Thank you for watching.